The library is open. It is time for the tea. Do you know, that's another thing. I'm gonna be real bitchy tonight because it just makes me feel better to be bitchy about things that don't really matter when I'm upset.
It's a release.
Yes.
Because you don't have to feel emotionally responsible because you're not actually directing your aggression at anything that matters or is real.
Exactly.
Heyo.
So, yeah! Fuck yeah, understanding.
More people should do that.
So here's my issue with fucking people adopting and using the word tea. All right?
Oh, okay. Is there?
Well, people like myself who are like semantics arguments. Give it to me. But no. Tea has been used so often now to be synonymous with like gossip and drama.
Yes.
That it's lost its meaning. Tea is not supposed to be gossip. Tea is not supposed to be fucking you being a dick to somebody.
I interpret it as the truth tea.
It is. Yeah. That's exactly what it means.
It's you laying down the real.
The tea is the truth. You just telling people the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth is a hard reality.
Sometimes the tea's a little too hot.
Yes.
But you still gotta drink it.
But it's still truth. Not you just being bitchy. And then people want to be like, oh, he's spilling the tea. Oh my goodness. Clean up on aisle 3. The tea is everywhere. And I'm like, no, this is just you being a California cunt.
I wanted to tongue pop and I knew I could feel it in my mouth. I was like, I'm gonna fail it. If I try to do it right now, it's not gonna work. And that's the real tea.
That is the tea. That is the truth behind the tea.
Hello.
Should I do it?
Do it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Alyssa Edwards. What?
Sorry, you did that the other day and when someone like said it in like a really serious moment, like in a line or something.
Yeah.
And it fucking bodied me. Hi Jelly, hi Stinky Diver. Would you ever run PJ and Mother 2? I don't think so. Mother 2 works a little differently, so I don't know if it worked. Also, right. I don't even, maybe people do run that. I don't know.
Also, let's get another one of our canonly gay characters back.
Yes, Simon.
Blackwell.
It's just so unfortunate that his lover was A, dead all along.
Yeah.
And B, dead for real. Well, in the American version, he was shot and then not fatally shot. Mm-hmm. But in the Japanese version of Dual Destiny, she just fucking dies. Like, he gets shot and is dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I guess the localized, even though it's rated M, Dual Destiny's rated M, they were probably just like, that's a little bit much. Let's just say that it missed vital organs and he's in critical care or something.
Oh, he's in like a coma. Oh, yeah. This guy.
Oh, yeah, we met this drunk guy last time. We just started this case, and I guess this is our client.
His name's Bucky. We know a Bucky. Shoutouts to Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky,
he does cosplay, and he's real good at it.
Oh, yeah, I haven't thought about Bucky in a long time.
I can't remember what his fucking name is.
His cosplay handle?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
He did really good Mass Effect.
He did real good
cosplay.
He does real good cosplay.
I don't remember the character, but yeah.
Anyway, this Bucky. He's a very different.
I'm disappointed in him already for showing up to court drunk. That's not a good start, my guy.
Maybe he's not drunk.
Well, in the localization, he probably isn't drunk. Though I don't know.
Maybe he's
He just likes apple juice a lot. He's a little bit
likes the grape juice.
Yeah, he's
No, I was gonna say maybe he's spent too long in a sauna. He just got out of.
Ooh, that's not a bad He kind of looks like he's about to fucking fall asleep. He did like a little hiccup too, and his
I
lip
love
is
his
quivering.
Little, yeah, I was gonna say I love his little lip quiver.
This animation is really cute. I don't know if it was gonna be...
It was just a chickadee.
You know what? This is perfect for you. This is a perfect character for you. No, I didn't mean it like that. You gave me a look like, okay.
Okay, calling me an alcoholic? All right.
No! I'm drinking too, bitch. Because you love to do that silly... That's one of your character voices.
Yeah.
Where you just give up on words and you're like...
She's your lawyer. Such as it were. I'd say she's more green than yellow, however.
First of all, rude.
Sure does look, does she? She like fell apprentice or something? Something like that. I've known her longer than I've known you. We could say we're bound to one another. Athena's like, stop saying weird things, Simon!
That's weird, Simon. Stop that.
Not everything is dramatic as your Japanese animes.
Yeah, you need to... Simon, maybe you're like at 11. I needed to bring it down to like a 6, at least.
Oh, okay, well then. Eesh. Ever comes chickadee then. Oh, okay, he's cute.
Simon, this guy's not only rude, but he's 3 sheets to the wind at his own trial. We're gonna actually admit maybe he's a little bit...
He's drunk.
Yeah, hell yeah. You got any? I know we just met, but I'm about ready to give him a piece of my mind.
He's adorable.
He's incredible that he's still balancing that shit even though he's swaying like crazy.
Do as you will. Just save it for after the trial.
Okay.
Ms. Chickadee.
Don't call me that!
Athena, just say that out loud. He shouldn't call you Miss Chickadee. Just call him out.
Don't call me that!
How'd you just met a small friend of mine?
From the Clink? You guys hang out in the Clink?
I'm 4th generation head chief of West Soba.
Oh, cute.
Wet noodle number 4, bucket wet nest. He's adorable.
He's really cute. It's nice to meet you too, Mr. Wet. Wait a minute. The wet noodle?
Yeah.
Like Yanni Yogi's wet noodle? He did it. I'm so proud of him. So he can pull himself together when he wants to. If only the trial wasn't starting in a few minutes.
Having been accused of murder that only occurred yesterday, I'm afraid it's taken a toll on the poor boy.
And you happened to be there at the theater where it all happened too, right? They said they found a Rakugo storyteller murdered in his dressing room. Ooh.
Indeed.
You would be there.
The victim, master storyteller, Taifu Toneido, was a longtime patron of the Wet Soba.
Oh.
Master Toneido.
Tornado.
Tornado?
His name is Typhoon Tornado. You have to stop staring at me. I didn't do the localization. It's not my fault.
I'd been looking after Bucky since Wet Noodle number 3 passed away.
I see. So the victim was kind of like a father to the defendant, huh? I guess I could see why you might be a bit... You might want to be hitting a bottle a little bit. But not before you go to trial, man. That's not cool.
It's a stupid old fart. Like a father? Nah way. He was always dishing my soba.
He just wanted you to be better.
How dare you speak ill of him? Running your mouth like that is why they suspected you of his murder in the first place. Ooh. Now pull yourself together. Number 3 must be rolling in his grave.
Oh.
Beside me. No, please, no, please me. Don't listen to me.
Bring it in, big cat. It looks like he's still in shock from the whole ordeal.
He is so cute.
He's adorable. Don't worry, Mr. Wet. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm gonna defend you with everything I've got. You're in good hands now.
You believe me, ma'am?
You look like such a good bean. I gotta believe in you. I'll believe in you until the very end.
Gee whiz, Miss Chickadee.
Okay, you gotta stop that though. Now come on. I need you to shape up. Just like those al dente noodles of yours.
Yes, ma'am. My soba is deficient. Uh-oh. Cough, puke.
Mr. Wet!
Bucky, you great big pillock.
So, how exactly do you know this guy?
We're Tomodachi's.
I don't know what that means, Simon. I don't speak,
I used to frequent Wet Soba. Still do, in fact. So I've known him since he was a lad.
a young lad.
That's why his father, Master Tornado, were always so good to me.
I didn't know you liked soba so much, Simon. I can't say I'm surprised.
I wouldn't expect one such as you, who eats meat slapped between slabs of bread, to understand the delicate taste and the subtle textures imparted by buckwheat flour.
Well, whatever, you're allergic. I'm sorry.
But I digress.
I'm all about flavor and subtlety and stuff. I just also like burgers.
If I let Wet Soba in like this, I'll never be able to face number 3 or Master Tornado in the next life.
Ah, I see. And that's why you came to me. You wanted somebody that you could trust.
It was never my intention to ask you.
I'll show him. I'll show him I can handle it just fine.
Well, I believe it's just about time.
What? But we haven't even properly discussed the case yet.
What's the matter? You look nervous, Athena.
What?
Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out.
What are we, in grade school? I'm just trembling with the excitement of the battle, that's all. Oh, kids, let's do this. Come on, Mr. Wet. Stop barfing. Get on the floor. We got a case to win.
Everybody walk the dinosaur.
Yes, Miss Chickadee, I'm gonna do my best.
Wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba.
Oh, 2 bowls of noodles? Sorry, sir, no can do. Kinda busy, it's a courthouse.
Look at him.
I thought you hung up.
Turn your cell phone off before we go in, please. Who am I kidding? There was that guy that had 2 cell phones for shoulder pads in the last game.
Okay, let's do this.
He's not gonna do himself or his case any favors like this, Simon. Hi, Quattro.
Hello, Quattro.
I'm totally Bucky. I even look like him.
Bucky is the cutest. I'm sorry, I'm also really bad at pretending to be drunk.
No.
I'm real good at being drunk, but like pretending to be drunk, I'm like the definite like stereotype of
But I love that voice.
people don't act that way when they're drunk. They act stupid, but they don't act necessarily that way.
People slur their words.
They slur their words, but they don't necessarily.
Dinosaurs talk like this.
Godzilla is my dad. You needed to rock a little limp pomp like that. You could rock it, I bet.
Oh no, I know so. Even like his haircut now
Yeah,
is similar enough. You could get like a little pomp action going.
do it, Quattro.
Let me breathe. Ha! Maybe a fire lump of a leg or a fire dough for a udon noodle.
Was that English?
I'm fresh like my soba, and dull as soba do rest, all about the 3 freshes.
I'm not sure if that was English.
Grind buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, boys.
You were just talking about bread right before we went live.
I was. Fuck yeah, cosplay some Bucky. He's blacked out.
Oh boy. I just knew something like this would happen. Simon, what are these 3 freshes of soba he was talking about?
First, buckwheat seeds, or groats, are ground to make buckwheat flour.
Flour?
Now I'm drunk. The dough made with this flour is cut with a large rectangular knife into noodles. Finally, the buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after the other, so that the soba is fresh when eaten.
Oh, so that's what he meant. I wouldn't want him to make me any soba right now, though, that's for sure.
Athena, this is no time for idle chatter. You need to get into the courtroom now.
But
Just remember, as a prosecutor, I will be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my quarter.
there you go, treating me like I'm incompetent again.
It's 'cause I'm hot.
You are, but for your information, I wasn't planning on asking you for help anyway. Just you wait, Simon. I'll show you. Your stupid pretty face.
This is the only other Phoenix Wright character I've ever considered cosplaying besides fucking Godot.
He's so extra.
He's so extra.
I love
and
him.
I love him.
Mr. Wright and Apollo might not be here. But that's all right. I can do this on my own.
Yes, you can, Athena.
Apollo got to have his own game.
Yeah.
I mean, he had Trucy, but she's not a lawyer. I do hope Apollo will pop in later, though.
He's like, oh god, I'm back from the magic show. What happened? He's in a bunny suit.
That would be incredible. He was in a bunny suit? Oh my god, that would be the best ever. Court is now in session for the trial of Bucky West. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Oh, not this fuck again.
I thought you were still in Crane. I guess time is weird, or you have a twin?
Prosecution is fully prepared, Your Honor.
What's this? No prayer this time, prosecutor Sunmai.
That is correct, Your Honor. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in the lobby.
Oh, well that was nice of you, actually.
How very thoughtful of you. By the way, he is the handsomest boy, but also...
He is a very handsome boy.
But he's kind of bullshit. But he's in our country now, so, you know, the judge at least isn't like,
Oh yes, the Holy Mother this and the Holy Mother that. By the way, what brings you back to this country?
Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth himself called on me to handle this case. Besides, I have a debt to repay. And though my opponent is yet a cow villain, I have no qualms with sending her down to hell.
Objection!
You're fucking rude!
if you have a score to settle, it's with Apollo, not me. But more importantly, I am not a callow thing. I'm a qualified and capable attorney, and me and Satan kick it all the time. So, you don't need to send me anywhere. I can go to hell whenever I feel like it.
Oh my god, if one more person makes fun of her outfit, I'm gonna backhand somebody because I love her outfit!
Yeah, she's styling.
Then what is that yellow attire, if not proof of your immaturity, you small spring chick? Someone please, I'll lobotomize him.
Just so we can look at him.
Yeah, we can still look at him, he'll still be real pretty, but then he won't talk no more.
Yeah.
Now cease your shrill chirping.
No, Prosecutor Sunmai, don't be such a dick. She is still only a teenager. Please go easy on her.
A teenager that passed the bar?
Yeah, have we already forgotten about Francesca Von Karma, or?
Yeah, I was about to say, Francesca Von
You let her
Karma.
whip you.
She started this bullshit when she was 13.
In fact, almost everybody in this series started lawyering way too young before they turned 20. Except for Phoenix, and I think Apollo. And Edgeworth.
Oh my god, look at her cute. I just noticed that she's biting her lower lip.
Oh, I just noticed that too.
That's so cute.
Did she always do that?
I don't know, but it's real cute.
I'm gonna have to look back. I don't remember her ever doing that.
That's so cute.
Great, now even the judge is giving me the kid treatment. I'm gonna come up in here on the next court date, head to toe, in black and red, and with spikes, and I'm gonna bring my own whip. If you let Francesca do it, I'll do it too.
Oh man, no. What I want, I really want. I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind.
Her outfit is incredible. I want to cosplay her still so badly.
Oh my god,
She's
you
my
would be-
favorite outfit out of everybody, I
You
think.
have the cute. You would be the cutest Athena.
The only reason I put it off is because I want to make a widget that actually works.
Mm.
Because that would be the real piece de resistance of that costume.
Very well. Shall we begin, Your Honor?
Yes, I suppose we should.
I'm a fucking clod.
You are? Now then. Please give your opening statement.
I'll show them what I can do. They'll be sorry they underestimated me. I don't know why the fuck everyone underestimated me today, but they're all gonna regret it. And frankly, I'm offended that they didn't realize the whole primary color theme that we had going on in our office. That's the only reason I'm wearing yellow.
Certainly. Let the last rites of the victim commence.
Whatever.
The incident is believed to have occurred at around 4 p.m. yesterday, May 12th. A storyteller's theater called Kurukuru Te. The victim was a great master of the tornado school of Rakugo, or comedic storytelling. Telling. His name was Taifu Tornado.
Tornado.
I did not say tornado.
You didn't, but I just felt like putting it, because technically his name is Tornado, but you put the R in there, so I wanted to take it an extra mile.
We know what his name's
Yeah,
supposed to be.
His name, well, I mean, to be fair, we literally changed characters in a previous case his name to Johnny Depp, because we couldn't say his name. Which I believe is canon, honestly.
Yeah, because John. While he may be a victim of abuse, which is never okay, Johnny Depp is still a dick.
It's true! It turns out you can have bad things happen to you, and you can also be a dick at the same time.
Yeah. Now he's not.
That's complicated.
Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk. We're going on tangent city already.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so just because you are a dick does not mean that you cannot become a better person.
True.
You can learn from your mistakes and
Correct.
become a better person. I don't know why everybody gotta be thinking that when you call somebody out on their bullshit and you're like, you're really shitty and you're doing shitty stuff, it means we're condemning them forever.
Well, because a lot of people react very publicly and very defensively when they're called out on their bullshit, so they like double down on it and they don't learn and get better, or they apologize with a non-apology.
Oh, those are my favorite.
Yeah, the ones that are like, I'm sorry I made you feel that way.
I'm sorry you felt bad.
Not that I'm sorry that I did whatever I did or that what I said what I said, but I'm just sorry you felt that way, or I'm sorry
I'm sorry
you took
my
it that way.
I'm sorry my words caused that reaction in you. But that's not what my words were saying.
Yeah. That's the kind of shit where it's just like, you're not even really sorry. So,
Exactly.
you know, you obviously didn't learn anything.
So if you ever hear, at least from my perspective, if you ever hear me call somebody a dick, that is never set in stone for forever. It's just
true.
in that moment, in this particular portion of time. He could be getting help and getting better.
Maybe
which
in
is,
5 years, Johnny Depp will be cool.
yeah,
And, like, not a dick anymore.
and not a dick. But he's most definitely a dick. Anyway, the scene of the murder was the theater's dressing room. It is accessible via the staff entrance hallway and has an inner and outer sliding door.
Sorry, can we call attention for 1 second to the doggo house in the corner?
Doggo house?
Seems to me
Like there's a doggo?
like there's gonna be a pupper in this case. And if there isn't, I'm gonna be really mad at this map.
I am too. There must be pupper now.
If I don't see a dog in this case, I'm gonna be mad.
I'm gonna need another drink soon. The estimated time of death is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. The cause of death is suffocation, though how the victim suffocated is yet to be determined.
Interesting.
The autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs or stomach, and there is no murder weapon.
Plus, there would be markings, wouldn't there, if he had been, like, strangled somehow?
I will now submit the incident report to the court. This is just making me want to watch Judge Judy.
You want to watch Judge Judy? We should have a Judge Judy-a-thon.
Right? We should do like a rabbit stream of Judge Judy, just so I can be like, y'all, this is my favorite show.
We should do that soon. Prosecutor Saad Mahi, how can you name Mr. Wet as the culprit when you don't know how the victim was killed or even with what? Also, what would even do that?
What?
Like, how would you suffocate if there was nothing in your lungs, nothing in your stomach, there was no marks on your throat? Like...
Well, I mean, it's like smothering somebody with a pillow.
I guess so.
He was smothered in the soba noodles.
But wouldn't he have, like, ingested some or inhaled some while struggling?
Maybe they're really bad soba noodles.
Wow.
So they're like real stiff and not mushy like they're supposed to be. I don't know.
Oh, man. If that were a thing, that would be an incredible failure.
Can I also just say, the best kind of soba is... Fuck, I forgot what it's called. It's soba that they serve during the summertime. Like, it's a summertime dish. And it's served cold. And it's served with, like a...
Yeah.
like a sweet soy sauce. So it's, like, real refreshing. You
I
put
don't
little-
know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Zaru soba. Zaru soba. Zaru soba is usually served cold. And it has this, like, really delicious soy dipping sauce with it that you, like, put on it. And a little bit of wasabi. That shit's so refreshing on a hot day.
I just don't think I could get down with cold noodles, though.
You know, it's really funny because I've talked before about being in college and getting really close to exchange students. One of the Korean exchange students was baffled by the idea that people drink cold things in cold weather.
That baffles me sometimes still.
But like,
To be fair, allergic to cold, but like still.
But like, also drank hot things in hot weather. Like, she was just like baffled by the idea of having an temperate drink during a different temperate season.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, that's always been a thing with me as well. Like, I cannot drink hot coffee during the summer.
I can't either.
It makes me feel really sick.
And yeah.
But she was just like, because like we got really close, and we would have like little dates where she would be like, I'm gonna teach you some Korean, and then you can read over my English papers and make sure that
Aw.
I'm doing okay. And so that's what we would do. But then she would also ask me like social questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she would be like so baffled. And I remember one day she came to me and she was just like, "It's so cold. Why do they wear shorts?"
Oh. Yeah, no.
She says, "It's so cold. Why do they drink cold drink?"
I don't get it either. Though I've heard people lay it down to me of like by drinking the cold drink or whatever, then comparatively like their bodies cooled down so the cold doesn't feel as cold or something. I don't
Oh,
actually.
I didn't know how to explain it. I was basically, like, the way I said it to her was like, I don't know, people just like different stuff, I guess.
That's also a valid answer. But it's something to do with regulating your internal temperature or something. Because on the flip side of it, if it's real hot out and you drink something really cold, you can send your body into shock. So it's
Yeah.
not necessarily good to do that either.
Right. But I just thought that was interesting that like in this country, in America, people drink iced drinks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But in other countries, it's definitely more of like a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
You drink an iced drink during a hot season. You drink a hot drink during a cold season.
Yeah.
Which also, we live in Southern America where there really aren't seasons. There's summer and not summer.
Yeah, basically. I was about to be like, we don't actually really have like seasons here.
Yeah, no, it's summer and not
I remember
summer.
seasons.
I've never known seasons. Why do you think I get so excited when I see snow? Do you know how many times I've seen snow in my life?
Oh yeah, that was adorable when we were at GDQ and it was really snowing. And
I can count on one hand the amount of times I've seen snow in my life.
Yeah.
GDQ included.
Wow.
It's been maybe 5 times in my entire life I've seen snow.
I feel like it's snowed down here more than that over the course of like our lifetime.
Over the course of our lifetime, I haven't always lived in Wilmington.
But like North Carolina in general though.
But just because it snows in one area of North Carolina doesn't mean it snows in every area of North Carolina.
That's true. I'm just like, it's really interesting to me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The first 14 years of my life, I was in New York where we had 4 seasons.
I
They were all very different.
When I was a child, I remember the first time I saw snow as a child because it did snow in Mount Olive. And I was just like, oh my God. And it was like 2 inches.
Right.
Like, you couldn't make a snowman. You couldn't do anything with it. But I was elated.
I remember being in middle school, or maybe it had to have been maybe elementary school or grade school, where the snow was my height.
I've never seen that in my entire life.
And I was like, this is crazy! And school was still open.
GDQ was the most snow I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, there was pretty good snow. It wasn't that high, but it was, I don't know, what, 4 inches, 5 inches?
I think I saw snow. Maybe I've seen it snow more than 5 times, but it's not much more. I remember 2 snow days in Mount Olive when I was a kid. I remember 1 snow day in Wilmington when I was in high school. And then the times we went to MagFest.
Yeah, we've had to drive out of town in a few snowstorms.
With MagFest.
There's been a couple of them, yeah.
That's the only time I've seen snow. My entire life.
I hate snow.
So then when we went to AGDQ and it was like tons of snow and then there was like inches of it. I was like, this is so much snow!
And
I have never seen this much snow in my life! This is amazing!
Transport arcade machines in it.
I was okay with it though. There was snow. Look at all. I drew a heart in the snow and I danced around it.
You made that for me. I was miserable and you were the light of that moment. I couldn't even help that much. I just kind of like pushed some things and came along with to do stuff where I could, but
I was sitting there
I
dancing.
hate snow.
I was sitting there dancing around arcade machines, just being like, yeah, look at all the snow!
I mean, it makes sense now, but
I fucking loved it. Anyway. Well, it's true that the weapon and precise method are, as yet, unknown.
oh, you know, people do also suffocate if they're locked in a space, and like people who
Yeah.
lock themselves in cars or whatever.
Yeah. The accused is the only one who had the opportunity to commit the murder.
Oh, really?
Will explains this assertions in the further
Clavier?
detail as I continue.
I guess this means he has some kind of evidence to present.
Now, would the accused care to plead his case?
Oh, come on. You've never asked us to do that before. You just knew that he was gonna be, like, stumbling drunk.
Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes?
Sorry, Your Honor. But I'm afraid Mr. Wet isn't feeling very well and is resting in the infirmary.
Surely it is lack of clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court.
People get sick, you know. Great. Starting off on the wrong foot already.
Mr. Wet is the head of Mr. Wet is the head chef of a soba shop frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Wet went to the theater at the victim's request. Taifu Tornado was a connoisseur of soba, as you can see in these photographs. He was apparently making soba himself in his dressing room that very day. The soba found at the scene is likely the soba he himself made there.
Likely? Liking soba is one thing, but making it in a theater dressing room's a bit much, no?
Master Tornado truly had a passion for soba, didn't he? For a man like that to be murdered by a soba chef is simply unthinkable.
And yet the accused had ample motive. For the victim's safe, we discovered the deed of the accused's shop.
Oh.
Mr. Wet was to inherit the Wet soba when he lost his father recently. However, it's believed the victims stole the shop's deed during the transfer process. The prosecution believes the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back.
So now the question is, who else wants this soba shop? You think Simon did it? He might do it over a soba shop.
Murder over the deed to a shop. That does sound like a plausible motive.
Does it now?
So that's what this case is all about. I wish Simon had filled me in a little better. I could have contributed more than just 1,000 buckets of cold sweat if he had.
Bacon! Can you help? In the fridge, get the crispin, the pear, prosecco. Yeah. And then you want...
I'll just take. There should be one of those kinky thingies in the fridge. I'll just take one of those.
Yams! Yams! Thank you.
I like that that's a thing now.
We're totally ripping that off of Simply Nailogical, by the way.
I feel like that's like popular enough that people get that it's not that it's just a reference. It's
I
an
know.
homage.
I know, but I just feel like I need to, you know, when you quote a comedian, you
Give props.
You give
like how we
props.
rip off Game Grumps almost every single stream that we ever do.
yes.
Heyo.
Heyo. Anyway, defense. From your demeanor, I gather you know very little about the details of this case.
Okay, well it was thrust on me literally like an hour ago.
You are dishonoring the soul of the victim by appearing in court unprepared. You are an embarrassment to your profession. You putrid egg yolk.
What? That's hardly fair. I'm sorry. Apollo's a red pepper and now I'm an egg yolk? I think this guy is just hungry. We've only just started and I've already been demoted from spring chick.
I am ready to call my witness, Your Honor. God, no! You can't have You can't have Kiranese butterflies in San Fran, Tokyo. I'm sorry.
Stop summoning, like, random souls.
Let us listen to the words of the one who was present when the victim was discovered.
Someone who was there when the victim's body was found. I want to say that they might be, like, the prime suspect, but it seems too easy.
For some reason, my brain's like, it's fucking Simon.
It's probably Simon, but he might have done it.
Very well. Witness, please take the stand.
It's Simon. You got boots. Yeah.
It's Simon.
Something about his face just does everything for me. He just is so stoic that it's comical.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Simon Blackwell, prosecutor.
Prosecutor Blackwell! You didn't tell me you were going to take the stand.
There simply wasn't time.
Ugh! I'm gonna kill you, Simon. When this case is over, I'm gonna murder you. And then I'm gonna go to jail.
What a shame, Prosecutor Blackwell. Had you shared the damning scene you witnessed beforehand with the defense, we could have moved this trial along and saved the victim's soul that much faster. Nams is back!
Nams! Damning scene? What in the world did Simon see?
So many butts.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Did you, I mean, for the sake of the crime, did you, like, take photographic evidence, or?
No. It wasn't permitted.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, Simon. You're dead to me.
Prosecutor Sadmahi wasn't. Before I give my testimony, there's something I'd like to confirm.
Are
By
you
all
single?
means.
Sorry.
Sorry, you're not my type.
It's true, actually. You're really not.
By all means. This case involves rakugo, a traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle this case competently?
Oh, you're flashing the weeb card? You're flashing the weeb card. Are you a real girl gamer?
Are you implying that I am not qualified for this case? I feel like my Sadmahi voice and my fucking Blackwell voice are too close.
They're not.
Not yet. I'm simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic. For now. It's the prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case he takes on. I did some research on rakugo last night and have grasped the overall idea of it.
Bad answer.
How much could you possibly grasp in a single night?
Beep boop, hi Lynn.
Hi, Lynn. Rakugo is a form of entertaining story, and the storyteller alone is on the stage with a fan and a towel as... And the rakugo artist tells long, whimsical stories, giving each character a distinct voice. The traditional art was originally invented by monks to make sermons more interesting.
Did you sleep at all last night? I'm gonna guess you didn't sleep.
Are you satisfied? If not, I could explain the 12 types of endings to such stories. Or shall I perform the famous story of Jugemu instead?
This is literally like being at a convention and somebody pulling the weeb card on you, and then you being like, actually,
I'll pull the weeb card right back at you. It appears you've put in a bit of study. Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Blackwell.
I can see why you are known for being quite thorough in your research, prosecutor.
Actually, it's pronounced Naruto.
Naruto. That reminds me of the Dragon Con where someone asked me if I knew how to really use a lightsaber because I was cosplaying somebody from Star Wars, and they were like, "Do you really know how to use that?" And then fucking Teeny Howard,
The best of the best.
I fucking love Teeny. Teeny Howard comes up and is just like, lightsabers aren't real.
I mean, that color guard shit you're doing is pretty impressive, I guess, but
But it's fiction.
it's fiction.
So,
To be fair, there's probably like 90% of Star Wars fans are Jedi fanboys. They don't know the actual, because there are different styles of lightsabers.
oh yeah, and the choreography is based on like
The actual martial
certain
arts.
yeah, but like this guy was just like, I see a girl cosplaying and I need to ask if they're a real,
Are you
if
a
they're.
pro gamer?
And the funny thing is that I'm not knowledgeable in Star Wars, but doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't. Like, I know nothing of Star Wars, but if I want to cosplay from Star Wars, fuck you.
Well, I was just asked to be part of a group at that weekend,
Yeah.
which we were also part of a Game of Thrones group. And if you ask me fucking anything about Game of Thrones, I will be able to tell you. But it was just hilarious to me that he was just like, so do you know actually how to actually use those lightsabers? Or, and I was just like, boy, I bet you're real fun at parties.
Wait a second. You said if I ask you any Game of Thrones
Within
question.
the lore, like that currently exists.
Damn. Well,
Why?
I guess it's not.
I could do theoretical questions if you
You
like want to know.
specified I was gonna make a joke.
Oh,
and then
were you
you
gonna ask me how it ended in the books?
No.
Because I mean,
I was gonna ask you who your favorite character was.
oh shit, that's a tough question.
Exactly. Well, I was gonna ask it, but then you specified
Aw,
lore.
man.
I was like, damn it, my joke.
Probably Tyrion, to be honest. Strictly thinking on the books. The show too, like fucking Peter Dinklage, man.
Yeah.
But like
I have to agree.
With
I
the
mean, I
books.
didn't read the books, but like, not just because like Tyrion fanboy or whatever. Tyrion's a great character.
yeah, Tyrion's a great character, and Peter Dinklage is fucking great in that role. So
Yeah.
like, it's between speaking on the books strictly, it's between Tyrion and Arya, and also I love Dunk and Egg from the novellas a lot.
I love Tyrion, obviously. Arya, obviously. And oh god, I feel like such a fake fan. I don't remember his name.
To start describing,
Yeah.
you're not a fake fan, but
I know, but you know what I mean.
But like, what story arc is he in?
He's only in the first season. It's Daenerys' first husband.
Khal Drogo.
Drogo. Yes. I love Drogo.
Oh yeah, Drogo's great.
I love Drogo. She's not my favorite character, but she's a very underrated character. I love Sansa.
Dude, Sansa. Oh god, I forgot about. You know what? Well, yeah, as far as the show goes, yeah. And if I was just going on show characters, one of my favorites would be Sansa up until the very end of the last season, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no, still, like, you know,
She still has her problems, but I feel like she's a very underrated character.
it's not that she didn't deserve the ending that she got, it's just that the writing in the last season overall was like, eh. But, like, Sansa is a character in the show, and Sophie Turner, oh, god.
Oh, let me say one more thing too, since we are on the topic of Game of Thrones. I agree that the writing was rushed, but I still enjoyed the last season, except for when shit got really sloppy.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like an episode turning point where shit just got really
The
sloppy.
Siege of King's Landing was rough.
And I love Game of Thrones, and I enjoyed watching it. Like, the spectacle of watching it was fun. And even the last season where I have qualms, it was still fun to watch.
Yeah, I didn't get mad at the last season because I'm gonna read the books, so it didn't really bother me. It's the only thing, And I liked the last episode, the very, very, very last episode. But the episode before the last episode, the second to last episode, I fucking was the only episode that I genuinely really did not like.
I had
I was just like, I was disappointed, and I've never felt that before, and for as long as the show had been running.
I had definite
Question still stands.
I have definite issues regarding certain like visual effects because like we had different things that we were like, you know.
Well, because we come from different places, like you know makeup, like performance makeup and effects makeup, and we both sew.
I still love my joke though about the Gold Army. I'm sorry, that was like the most fucking
when
clever tea.
I was really enraged when the Golden Company showed up because it wasn't clear to me at first that that's who they were. And when I got a look at their costumes, at first I thought they were supposed to be like the Golden Cloaks because I completely forgot they were supposed to be there. I just guess it's spoilers, but like it's not major plus. But when the Golden Company was there, I was just like, who the fuck? This show, no matter how the writing is or how you feel about it, this show has had phenomenal costume design.
Oh, absolutely.
Up until this, but what happened, Golden Company? Did they just like borrow costumes from another show that they were like,
It's close enough.
close enough? Like, what happened?
I love it because I didn't get to say this during the episode because I try not to talk during episodes, obviously.
Right.
But after the episode was done, we both had the same reaction about their uniforms, and I was
Yes.
like, I love how they just like the Golden. What is it? I call it Golden Company.
They're the Golden Company.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I love how the Golden Company rolls up and is just like, when I was a young boy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was like, we in the Black Parade, fam.
God, it was just so disappointing and sickening to me because of how good the
right.
costume design was for the rest of the show.
And same when it comes to theatrical makeup and like wigs. It's been spot on throughout the entirety of every season except for the last seasons. I found
There have been a couple of moments where Daenerys' wig got a little bit crusty, but like other than that, big agree.
never like consistently crusty though. Like it might look
Yeah.
crusty in one scene, but they would fix it.
Yes.
Sansa's wig was fucked up for that entire episode.
Yeah.
That entire episode.
You could tell they were filming it on a rushed schedule. Like a super rushed schedule.
Yeah.
And filming is rushed anyway. If you've ever
Yeah.
been on the set of a show, it's always a ridiculously chaotic and rushed process. But that must have been an especially rushed shooting day.
It's a lot of hurry up and wait.
Right.
At least for extras.
Yeah, for extras anyway. But they got a lot to film in a very short amount of time.
Anyway,
But yeah, sorry, we're going off tangents like crazy tonight.
that's okay. Judge.
Yeah, see why you've been quite known for being thorough in your research.
Now, we'd love to see you perform that story you mentioned, if you don't mind.
If that is your honor's request.
Oh, goody. Oh, I wanted to see it.
Your Honor, could we please get back to the trial? I mean, I would like to see it too, but I'm real pissed off that everybody's being real condescending to me today, and I would like to move on.
Athena, you're so cute.
Like, seriously, all of this, like, kitty talk is not only making Athena mad, but it's making me mad.
Oh yeah, no, it's making me mad too. I absolutely like Bucky is adorable. And I think I like him so far, but I hate the fact that he's calling her chickadee. That's pissing me off.
The only thing that I'm like, whatever, is that he's drunk, so he keeps slurring, and I'm sure he's just, like, forgetting shit. And she's not straight up being like, stop calling me that.
Yeah. But fucking Sagmahi can fuck off. I love him, but Blackwill can fuck off.
Yeah. Blackwill also is like a...
He's like the big brother
yeah.
trying to antagonize her to do better.
He's being the big brother, and it's fucking annoying. but also
Adorable.
you know where he's coming from.
Yeah.
So on my hand, the judge can fuck the hell off, like right now. They can just
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my courtroom. Get the fuck out of Athena's courtroom.
bring Judge Judy in here. She
Yes.
ain't gonna condescend me.
No, she's not. Unless you have, like, piercings or tattoos, then she might get a little sassy.
I mean, she's got an earring, but not piercings.
I know. I'm
piercings.
just
But, you
reading.
know.
I'm just reading Judge Judy a little bit because as much as I love her, she's a little bit judgmental when people look.
That's her job, though. She's supposed to be judgmental.
I know, but when people are of an alternative
Lifestyle.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
appearance,
She's like, oh, you hooligans.
she's just like, back in my day, we tried to keep holes out of our faces. I'm like, back in your day, like Quaker times, like, what we talking, Miss Judy?
Or I bet she probably pulls out the, you couldn't afford to do this, but you could afford to get that thing on your body. And you're like, you don't know how long ago I got this tattoo, Judge Judy. Just because I wasn't broke then doesn't mean that I can't be broke now.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yes.
we keep it.
All right, yes. We're getting back to the trial. I nearly forgot, to be honest.
Seriously? Of all the things for you to forget.
I still love you, though.
Now then, back to the case. Good night, Quattro.
Good night, Quattro. I love you, baby.
Have a great night. Prosecutor Blackwell, please tell the court what you witnessed.
Oh my God, Black. He's just so funny looking.
Because now he's like the season 4 Jotaro. He's deadpan as fuck now.
Yes, you're so right.
He's like Diamond's Unbreakable Jotaro.
I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. I went straight to the Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Master Tornado's junior disciple, Unedo, apparently then entered the room soon after. That's when Unedo discovered Master Tornado's body.
See, that makes me think that maybe he was it. But I feel like that's too obvious for case 3. Now, wait just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackwell. With testimony like that, you're practically accusing Mr. Wett of the crime. He's your friend, isn't he?
All I can do is state what I saw. I can't help how it appears.
Well, you could phrase it a little differently.
Or you could not testify.
That's true, too.
But a qualified and capable attorney, such as you, should be able to dispatch with it, right?
Right. Well, yeah, duh.
Oh my God, her lip. I cannot get out. I'm sorry.
No, I'd never noticed it before.
It's really cute.
All right. I guess I better start by getting all the info out of him that I can. I hope we get to go examine the crime scene. I feel like we have to get an investigation day, right? Because we just
For
jumped
sure.
into the trial, and it's case 3.
It's case 3.
So it's not like an intro
Unless
case.
this game is trying to
No,
like...
wait, this is case 4, isn't it?
This is...
There was Abed,
Abed.
and then the magical turnabout, and then
Right.
the one we just did, and then this is case 4.
This is case 4?
There's got to be an investigation, and there's got to be somebody else other than
Unless-
the.
I think there is going to be an investigation day, but I also think that this game is going to have more cases. I don't think it's going to have many more cases, but I think it's going to have more cases.
Like
'Cause how many-
6 or something.
Yeah, like how many cases are usually in a game? Like 4 or 5?
There's usually 4 and then a bonus case.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm definitely thinking this game is going to be like 6 cases.
and then more than once, the 4th and 5th case have tied directly into one another.
That's true. I'm thinking there's
Not
going
always,
to
but
be
more than once.
3. Wait. 1. Yeah, I'm thinking there's going to be 3 of each case. So like 3 in Kurain.
And 3
3
here. Okay.
That's my estimate.
Yeah, that makes sense. Grego, ahoy! I sure hope so, because
And or
I
like
need some balance.
or like the after the 3rd Kurain case, the last case for this one is going to tie in with Kurain.
Ooh, like 2 places, different points of the world or whatever,
Yeah.
focusing on the same.
But I think that there's going to be 6 cases. At
Okay.
least. At least.
We will have to see.
But that's just a rough prediction because we've never played this game. All right, press. Sorry, I was hitting the wrong button.
Prosecutor Blackwell. What did you go to the theater for in the first place?
Because I'm a fucking weeb, you know this.
Okay, well, yes, but for the court, for the record.
All right, I went there because I had received an invitation from Master Tornado. Here, see for yourself. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple,
Uendo, actually.
Uendo. Yeah, I was about to say, I think I pronounced that wrong earlier.
It's one of those things where it's like, seeing it with English letters
Exactly.
fucks you up.
Thank
If
you.
it were in hiragana, it would be hard to read. It's so fucking weird how that works.
I know, I'm glad that you understand that though, because I'm like, I felt like I was crazy, but every
No.
time I see something written in Romanji, I'm like, this makes no sense. But if I see it written in hiragana, I'm like, oh, that's normal.
I think that's because, well, for me, I think it's because of the dyslexia thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because English is first language. When I'm reading, I'll flip things around or like omit letters or add extra letters that aren't really there. But hiragana, the symbols, I have to translate in my head anyways. So if I know how to pronounce the character and I see the character, I can't omit letters or add letters. Like, I see the hiragana for do and I know it's do. I'm not gonna add anything or subtract anything because I recognize the character. So I'll translate it correctly.
I'll tell you how it is
So
for
I think
me.
that's how it is for me.
For me, and maybe I'll be telling on myself here. I read very slowly. We've talked about this before. You read super fast, I read super slow.
Yes.
When
you
I
read more accurately than I do.
When I read words, I don't read words in their whole as they are. And I think that's why I get tongue-tied a lot. Because
Oh, interesting.
when I read, so like this word is special, right?
Yes, special.
I don't read just special. I read special.
Is that how
Special.
Is that
Segmented,
I segment it in my head.
but not like not phonetically correctly.
that's
So I
so
see
interesting.
Cum, mim, or aiding.
So you visually segment.
You know what's interesting about that is
Mhm.
that okay, and I know that I can only phrase things from my own point of view,
Mhm.
so I'm projecting because I'm like, I have dyslexia, and I know that my viewpoint can only come from somebody who has dyslexia, and not everybody has dyslexia. But I particularly, I've over time learned how to have like little workarounds to not do things and flip things or whatever, like writing in all caps and reading things like a billion times and whatnot. But it's particularly bad with numbers, and I can't really make a whole lot of sense out of numbers or like find clever workarounds for numbers as much. So I segment numbers. If there's a long string of numbers that I have to do, I have to like forget portions of it exist and not, I have to like cover up and do like certain sections of long strings of numbers, because if I don't, I'll jumble them all up and shit. So I've never heard of anybody doing segmenting when reading like that, but I also don't know how other people read.
But like when I was reading this, it kind of mirrors Tornado's, right? Right?
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be like a pun. So I saw it as you and do. But in katakana, or not katakana, in hiragana, it would be written as u e n do.
Correct.
So when I read it in English, especially when the other name was like right there, I was like unedo
Yeah.
or uen.
Well, that's I
uendo.
think normal of how like
Uendo.
average people read anyway, because of your brain doesn't actually, your brain just sees patterns and then just fills the blank in.
Right. But when you think about how it's spelled in Japanese, it's uendo.
Right? Yeah.
But-
Totally different. So you would know it if it were spelled out in hiragana or something.
Yeah, but when my brain reads it in English, it's u and indo. Uendo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
interesting.
People are different. It's fascinating.
It
Sorry.
is very fascinating. We're really ranty this. Well, whatever, you know. It's Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is a reason why I think I get tongue-tied so much.
Because you segment things. That makes a lot of sense. Interesting.
And that's why I am a better performer when I've memorized a script.
Oh yeah.
Rather than, I'm not very good at cold reading, but when I've memorized a script, I'm better.
Yeah.
Yes, his promotion. It was also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Uendo 2.
2? So what exactly does it mean to succeed to a stage name?
Oh, girl, this is like common in Japanese theater.
I'm not a weeb. Well, that's a lie. I am.
You really don't know, do you? In performing arts, a name succession is when an artist inherits the predecessor's name. This is only really popular in Japanese theater. So fucking don't even
I was about to be
worry
like,
about this for Western theater.
Are we at Anime Expo right now? Are we at Comic Cat? Are we What's up, Simon? I feel like we're at like Comic Con right now.
He's like in performing arts, and I'm like, Simon,
It's only this is an Eastern thing, my guy.
This is an Eastern thing. Two people playing fucking, I don't know, what's a popular, Christine. Two people playing Christine
Sorry.
from Phantom of the Opera
Yeah, I know.
are gonna play it totally differently and be totally different, and that's cool because that's Western theater. But in Eastern theater, when an actor inherits a predecessor's thing, they have to do it.
Like them.
Yeah, like it mirrorly. Mirrorly? An exact replica of the
Yeah,
the
they have to
previous
strive
performers.
to achieve exactly the to replicate exactly how their predecessor
even to
performed.
like, even down to like the slightest like
mannerisms and
hand
body
motions
language and
and stuff.
Gotcha. What's up, Gotcha man? Press X to doubt. I see. So there was another Uendo Rakugo artist before, and this disciple succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did your invitation say?
It contained a simple letter of salutations and an outline of the show's program.
Oh, it appears the Taifu Tornado is going to perform Toki Soba, or Time Soba. I knew that. I'm not a weep. He's famous for his masterful pantomime of eating soba, using only his fan as a prop. And Endo is to perform Soba Say, or Soba Glutton. That one I didn't know. A soba-themed show, I see.
It seems you know a thing or two about Rakugo yourself, your baldness. The first to perform was the senior disciple, Gyeru, followed by Uendo. And lastly, Master Tornado. Tornado.
Tornado.
Oh, wait, did you just see
Did I see what?
his
Did I-
autograph? I think his autograph says tornado.
Does it really?
Yeah.
We'll have to look at it. in a bit.
will.
How you doing, Gotcha?
I gotcha. I'm a weeb.
Yeah, we might be a little weedy. Oh, I see. So, that's. I don't think that picked up on the mic at all, but Sid's text message alert is literally Kiryu from Yakuza going, "Nani?" And it just went off.
Okay, let me turn that down. Sorry, I didn't know that was
No, it was wonderful. So that's why you happened to be at the Storytellers Theater yesterday. So what happened after you arrived?
Well, he died.
I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later.
Yeah, let's press that one.
Oh wait, shit. Why am I just like reading the fucking...
Well, because we were ranting in between. It took us forever to just get through this testimony because we were ranting. So it's a little bit chaotic right now. ADD is on overdrive. Please tell us in detail how Mr. Wet appeared at the time.
Gieru and I were waiting in the hallway for Master Tornado to finish practicing. But when Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things,
What happened after that?
we heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room looking rather irate. This is most likely when the murder was committed. When people are irate, they commit murders.
That's just how it is.
The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes.
You just look at him the wrong way. He would just fall over dead. Ah! They better come up with some kind of counter argument and fast. Yeah, we need to know more about this disciple.
Tell me about this
I bet it was Geiru. Just because he hasn't been talked about as much. What do you mean, apparently? Didn't you see him go in?
No, I couldn't. I wasn't able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. But Gieru was right in front of it, so I'm sure she saw it all. Oh, and it's a woman?
I see. This is gonna be a case of the woman is being underestimated, like
Yeah.
always, and she's gonna be the one that done the murdering.
Yep.
And why do you suppose Wendo went to the dressing room anyway?
He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call. A disciple is to pay their master respect right before and after each performance.
That's nice. And all disciples are expected to do this?
It's a common courtesy among Rakugo artists.
So if they're disrespectful as fuck, they won't do it. I see. Could you tell us what happened after Wendo went into the dressing room?
Certainly.
Yeah, they're setting it up like we're supposed to suspect him.
But I suspect the bitch.
Me too.
Because I bet she's a badass bitch.
Yeah, I could see it.
And she was like, I wanted to be the star. I don't know. I don't know what
They
her...
thought that I couldn't do it because I'm a woman, but I showed them.
I so done
Now
did
I
it.
run this shit. And then you're like, damn, now I'm in jail. What? I can't believe this didn't work out for me.
Master Tornado's junior disciple, Wendo, apparently then entered the room soon after. Oh wait, shit, no, I meant to press and I
No, we
didn't
did
press
that one. We pressed that one, but we want
That's
this
what-
one. Yeah. And how did Wendo act at the time?
After Wendo had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room, and Wendo came flying out. 2 or 3 minutes?
Did you hear any signs of a struggle at that time?
No, just to Wendo's woeful scream.
2 or 3 minutes is kind of a long time. He should
Yeah.
have also been brought in for questioning. I see. Simon has no reason to lie, but I also don't have much to go on.
2 to 3 minutes seems like a long time to be staring at a dead body before you scream.
That's true, but also trauma works weird ways. But
Trauma does work weird ways. I don't know.
yeah,
You can go into shock almost immediately, but I don't know. That's something about that in Phoenix Wright Land seems fishy.
yeah, Phoenix Wright doesn't seem like it would do that too realistically.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Phoenix Wright also didn't usually do suicide cases, and here we are.
Yeah, true.
Better ask all the questions I can.
All right. There was 1 or 2 statements we didn't press because we were ranting.
We got the first one, but
Yeah.
I think the second one we missed.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't remember if we pressed this one. How did Master Tornado appear when you said hello to him?
I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately we didn't actually meet.
Oh. You didn't see him? Why not?
Gyoru escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done.
That sounds like something that might have been masking up the sound of somebody being murdered.
Mm-hmm.
You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room?
Yes, not just me, but Gyoru as well. In other words, you can confirm that the victim was still alive at around 4 p.m.
Well, no, because you didn't see him.
Correct. I couldn't hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Master Tornado.
So we can take that with a grain of salt.
I could tell because it was the time soba routine being performed in there. It's just a recording.
So that means the victim was killed sometime after that. Probably.
Well done, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events, but not too much of a glimpse, since you didn't actually see the victim.
Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. And now, please allow me to surmise your testimony. Summarize.
I'm seeing a paw print, by the way.
Popper!
I'm waiting for this dog.
While Prosecutor Blackwell and Gyoru were in the hallway waiting for Master Tornado, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with some items in tow. He was heard shouting for a time inside the dressing room, and about 10 minutes later, he came back out of the dressing room seemingly rather angry.
I liked how it did a little wobble.
A short time after the accused had come and gone, Uendo Tornado went into the room. Took me a while to read that.
I just keep I realize that I don't flub it because I keep taking the U out of the equation and just reading Endo, because Endo is easier for me to recognize, and then putting
Mr. Endo.
So I just put Endo, and then I'm like, oh, and there's a new in front of it. That's literally all that I do.
A few minutes later, after having discovered the victim's body, Uendo gave a scream and came running out into the hallway from within. Prosecutor Blackwell and Gyoru ran into the room and saw the body for themselves. Gyoru done did the murder, and Uendo was part of it.
I want to know how the play goes. How does the story go? Does it involve anything pantomime-wise that could lead to any misinterpretation of his state? Like, could he have been dead for a few minutes longer and someone didn't realize it because they thought that he was performing? That's what I want to know.
From the circumstances, it's quite clear that the accused murdered the victim.
Not really.
This is crucial testimony indeed.
Your crucial testimony.
Thank you. I've always wanted to be. It means a lot.
defense. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. It is not Why not let it all go now and allow the victim his last rites?
Because it's not conclusive testimony. Not on your life. If Wendell went into the dressing room too and was the first to discover the body, then who's to say he didn't commit the crime?
Uendo was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could have not possibly committed murder in that time, nor without making any noise.
Ugh, Simon, why did you have to give that awful testimony? Prosecutor Blackwell, can't you give me something a little better to work with here?
Oh, Jesus, Athena. No, don't say it like that. Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions?
Yes, but...
I'm certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So if you truly are capable as you claim, then draw out what you need yourself.
This is no time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackwell. Just admit you don't remember it all that well. To be fair to Blackwell, he has admitted things like him not being able to see at certain times, and also hearing a voice that could maybe have possibly, most likely have been the master, but he could not hear clearly.
Prosecutor Blackwell, watching you collude with a defense like this, I see that you are no prosecutor.
What?
Begone, witness, you shall haunt this sacred hall no more. How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised? I'll remember this, you blackguard.
You done fucked up now, Nayuta. Yo, Zarko, what's up? Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackwell. I've got this.
Do you? Because he was probably more useful to you than the next person is gonna be.
Maybe, but I kind of want to know if we can drag out the other guy.
Would I have it my way, he would not be the only one here to step down.
Well, we can't have it your way, so too bad for you.
You half-boiled, putrid egg yolk.
Ew. I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelly mess.
Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the lowly opening act of a rakugo show.
Oh, how dare you?
He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood to the side of the defense. To restore balance in this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution.
Thank you.
And who is this witness? Oh, Kafka, thanks for the host.
The person who is with Prosecutor Blackwell when the body was discovered.
Wait.
She is another entertainer of the Tornado School, Miss Gyeru Tornado.
Oh,
She
man.
did it.
Just by the shoes? Sierra?
Please state your name and occupation, witness.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tornado School with a twisty twist twist. And balloon! There you have it! A stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Gyeru Tornado. Just call me Gyeru, sweetie. 1, 2, balloon! Check out my titties.
Oh, what a way to capture your audience's attention. I dare say I can't take my eyes off those balloons.
I have to admit, man, I never understood clowns until fucking Double Maximus came into my life. Now I'm very confused, but I'm okay with it. It's just giving me a look and the okay sign. Please tell me you're talking about the hat, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. Judgy! I'm so glad you liked my performance. I'm channeling some serious Rainbow Bright vibes right now. Would you consider joining my fan club? Pretty please?
Absolutely.
Please save your fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor. Anyway, Gyaru. I can't help but notice. You seem oddly cheerful for having just lost your master. Of course I'm sad. But Shisho would have scolded me if I didn't put on a big smile. I appreciate that the localization team has still put it in a Shisho. I like that a lot. Never show sadness. Smile, smile, smile with a twisty, twisty twist. And Balloon! There you have it, one gorgeous cake. Please subscribe to my Patreon. I see. I guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gotta do. We did literally just do a case like that, so it makes sense. Or balloon art's worse than a Rorschach test. All I saw was a severed monster head. Gator, you're obviously a balloon artist. So how did you come to be a member of the Rakugo school? Well, my father, my late father, that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see. So I joined the Tornado School to be just like my daddy someday. I see. My father and I owe so much to Shisho, our master, but that Bucky wet. Ooh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he's done as quickly as possible. And there's the grudge. Also, that was very phallic.
Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss.
And not only that, but he... You have more to say about Mr. Wet? Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away. Is there any reason why he would say such a thing to you? He says the smell of my perfume will get into his soba and ruin it. Rude. Like, how can he say that? This is a great scent. I think he's just scared of clowns.
How very rude of him. I don't blame you for being upset.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Gato's balloons bias your judgment. Mr. Wet hasn't been proven guilty yet, remember?
It will be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, Defense.
Oh, it'll last forever.
Now then, Gyaru, please share the truth with this court.
Yes, your testimony, please.
Every time that she says balloon now, I want to do, like, balloon! I wish Daniel was here. You okay?
Yeah. Part of me wonders if her... I might be stretching a little bit here.
Yeah.
But part of me wonders if her name is supposed to be a pun on Gyaru.
Oh, like a Gyaru girl?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I bet.
I was wondering if I was stretching a little bit.
Her sleeves are so fucking cute.
Oh, yes.
I love those wing sleeves. Like, I
honestly, like, love her whole aesthetic.
Like, I want to...
She's adorable.
Couldn't...
She definitely did it,
yeah,
but she's adorable.
She super did it. But, like, dude, could you see Cookie wearing this? Yeah. Cookie needs to see this.
Yes. 110%.
I'm gonna show a clip of this to Cookie later. Hi, Cookie, I love you.
Right.
Yeah.
While you testify, I gotta pee.
Go pee.
While you testify.
I feel now it's too obvious that she did it.
That's true, too.
Getting in my head.
Second...
It's starting... They're, like, playing with my brain now.
Right?
I'm selling clown sweat for $30.99 an ounce, teehee. Yeah, buy it. I don't like when she wiggles that balloon around. Anyways. From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20 p.m. blaze it. When Shisho's body was found, Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before Endo discovered the body, the only person who'd gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jigama was barking like mad. I knew the dog was gonna come into this. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have any objections to this witness's testimony?
No. Make up your bloody mind, sad monk Sadmahi. First you exercise me, and now this. I can't do the same voice that Sid can do.
You need only do as you're instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. And there are no objections, Your Honor. Let us move on to the salvation of the victim's soul.
Hey, I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor Sadmahi. And I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackwell for? I'm the one you should be checking with.
There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Curanism. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. I just made that up. Just now.
What's he doing here again? Did he leave Buckfuck straight back to LA? No, he blacked out. He was so drunk that he straight up blacked out. And then Prosecutor Sadmahi was like there when they discovered the body, so he was like, yeah, I'll testify, I guess. Oh no, you were on breaks. I didn't realize you were at work. Have a good rest of your shift, boo boo. I love you.
In other words, the inexperienced are useless. With that in mind, it seemed more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackwell.
He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sykes Dono.
Well, I won't let either of you insult me. I'll show you I'm no inexperienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness.
I hope you can make Prosecutor Sadmahi see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I should just treat you with respect from the get-go, but... whatever. I'll allow your cross-examination, so you'd better strike while the iron is hot.
All the men in this case are pissing me off today. Oh my god, you just missed the most adorable thing ever.
The most adorable thing ever.
Yes. So, story time, real fast. I went to pee, and when I got out of the bathroom, Brandon was waiting for me to give me a smooch before he went to go get my drink. And he had our cat Casca on his shoulder.
Oh,
Because she likes to parrot. She likes to be a little parrot and sit on
your shoulder.
On your shoulder. I walked up to him and I put my shoulder against his shoulder, and she walked over onto my shoulder and perched.
Aww.
And it was the cutest thing.
Casca's such a baby. I love her.
She's so cute. Anyway, how's her testimony?
Well, first of all, and most importantly, there's a 420 reference, blaze it. Second of all,
yes.
The dog was brought into it.
The pupper?
Yeah.
Don't bring the pupper into this. Just let
she
me
was
pet
like,
him.
I was there hanging out with Simon. And then there was like, nobody was in there but Bucky before, you know. And then a little while before Bucky showed up, the doggo was barking. So there was nobody else around, because Bucky was the only one that went in to see him before Wendo came into the picture. So a little while before Bucky showed up, the dog was barking like crazy, even though there was no reason for it. So I'm gonna start by pressing this one, even though it's the last statement.
Yeah, no, go
but
ahead.
don't let me miss out on the first statement if it winds up being that shit again. Anyways, Chugamu.
That's my doggy. I keep him at the theater. Let's see. With a twisty twist. And balloon. There you have it. My cute little Chugamu.
That is not cute.
He's kind of creepy looking.
Oh, but he's a really, really good boy.
And why was Chugamu barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious?
If so, then we'd have a new suspect in this case. It's too easy. Now, why was he barking again? Oh, I remember. It's because it was time for me to feed him. So, I went into his yard and I gave him some food. That changes my testimony. Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that? Nope. The door out into the yard was wide open. I would have seen if anybody went into the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackwell, come down to the stand for a sec, please.
How many times must I do this?
As many times as I require you to. You saw what Geru was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before?
Can't be expected to remember every minute detail. Minute, not minute.
Oh, yeah, I read it this minute too. Whoops. Well, remember them now, please. Did Geru go out into the yard? Aw.
Yes, I remember now. She went to feed, Jugemu. Oh my god.
So cute.
He's so cute, the pupper's so cute, and she's so cute.
This is a
They're
cute
all
picture.
really cute.
They're so cute.
All of them.
That looks like a good boy right there.
That looks like a good boy.
And
Blackwell's
nice
a
dog.
good boy. I love you. And she's just so fucking precious. Look at her. Although, I wonder if there's something with this.
With her face?
Yeah.
Why? Because she looks kind of concerned?
Well, because she's not looking at what she's doing. She's just kind of staring vacantly.
Oh, well, that's because she's looking towards the door.
Okay.
The doorway to the hallway is right in front of her. So, because I guess they were waiting for the victim, because he was practicing, they were waiting for him to come out or something. So she was sitting there looking at the hallway, apparently.
Okay. Anyway, look how handsome Blackwell is.
He's such a handsome boy.
He needs a good boyfriend.
When he
need to
does,
get
it's
him a good-
unfortunate.
We need to get him a good boyfriend.
Yeah.
Anyway. I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well.
Do you recall anything else?
It looked as though she were feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something.
Isn't that bad for dogs?
Yeah. She's a really bad pet owner. He didn't finish them all, so he buried the rest in a corner of the yard.
Yeah, I hope those weren't real dumplings.
That's about all I can remember.
Okay. At least we get to keep his testimony.
Yeah.
It looks like Gyaru's telling the truth. Your Honor, I'd like Gyaru's last statement added to her testimony.
As you wish, defense.
It seemed important, yes. It's in the yard, but the door was wide open so I could keep watch on the dressing room. Hold it! You know what this means, right, Gyaru? You weren't in the hallway the entire time after all, were you? Well, okay, so I did go out into the yard, but it was just for a second. And the yard door was wide open, so I could still see the dressing room the whole time. The door was open so she could still see the dressing room? Prosecutor Blackwell, I need you on the stand again. Please. We're just trying to figure this out.
What am I, your lady in waiting?
Yes. Do you remember anything about the time Gyaru was in the yard?
Simply that Jugemu buried the food he couldn't finish in the corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember.
Thank you. Didn't really need to hear about the dog again, though.
It's very important.
Well, I mean, I would like to pet him. But, you know.
It's very important.
When I finished feeding Jugemu, I returned to the hallway. And then I saw Bucky go into the dressing room. No question about it. Okay, so, around the time of the murder, Hieru and Simon were hanging out outside the dressing room. I guess I'm gonna have to find a flaw in there somehow if I want to get anywhere.
Yeah, look at the fucking map.
Yeah, I think it's about time we looked.
At that map, dog. So this is where they were hanging out.
Oh, well, okay, but the door to the yard into the hallway, you can't see around this corner.
So yeah, the door to the dressing room.
Yeah, I thought the door was down here.
Well,
in
what
the
is
corner.
this door?
That door looks like an outside door. I think all the green area is like a yard. So I don't, or at least I think so. But at least to me, it looks like if somebody came from the stage area and walked to the dressing room and entered the door that way, you wouldn't be able to see it. Even if the door was open
you know
in the yard.
what? You know what? It's going to be I'll show you. Oh, look at this shit.
Check this fucking shit out!
It has to be over here because Blackwell wouldn't be able to see the corner of the yard from over here. So he saw the dog bury the food in the corner of the yard.
Okay.
So he has to be standing here for him to be able to see that. Because if they were standing anywhere else, he wouldn't be able to see the corner of the yard.
Correct. So, where does that leave us then? I still don't think she had a very good vantage point from the yard to see
She can't see the
door to the dressing room.
Yeah, so I would say present this on the last statement.
Yeah. Also, I want to know what all this powder is.
Powder?
It looks like powder, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I assumed it was just buckwheat flour.
Could be, yeah.
But I want to know why there's so much blood if he's suffocated.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was supposed to just be, like, from the bowl, like something was in the bowl. And I feel like this thing is gonna be important on the ground with, like, all the camel sweets. Like, what if it's got, like, a half-eaten, bean paste bun.
And then the water is turned over.
I think he might have been poisoned. It was the strangler.
And then there's blood everywhere.
Also, check this fucking shit out. Bet this is gonna come up at some point. The television is unplugged. You can tell the fridge is plugged in because the light is on in the fridge.
Oh, you're right.
But the television is very
on.
distinctly unplugged. So if they're gonna bring in some shit about, like, hearing
The
a
TV
TV
was
was on, is be like, no, motherfucker, the TV wasn't on. Also, I mean,
Also that.
yeah, the table's been moved, so there's indents in the carpet. There's a whole bunch of shit going on. There's
Yeah.
a piece of the wrapper of the camel present on in the other corner near the knife. What's that fucking shit all about? I don't fucking know. Anyway. Also, I don't know what the cards are for, like, what he was doing. And the fact that there are two glasses, like, it implies somebody else was there.
Yeah. You know what those cards look like to me?
They're
I mean,
Hanafuda cards, aren't they?
Huh?
They look like Hanafuda cards to me.
Photo cards?
Mm-hmm.
Like the game like Nintendo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh. Maybe I have it wrong then. I was about to say
Well, I
I
could be wrong. I don't know.
I was about to say I doubt that Phoenix Wright would do this, but they remind me of Hostess cards.
Ooh, scandalous. But yeah, anyway, yeah. Oh, the room is covered in soba flour. There are 2 drink cans in the fridge.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, we're reading too far in, but it's already crazy.
Yeah, it's some fucking mess.
Oh man, it won't let me look at the signature. It does say typhoon. Tornado. It's just cursive, so it looks like there's an R.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think the first place to start, and I'll save,
For sure.
is this one.
Yeah, you're right. I think so. To start with the map.
Yes, because it doesn't seem right.
It doesn't. You right, dog. You right. I'm with you.
Maybe I know it.
What?
Look how smart we are.
We're so smart.
We played a Phoenix
It's
right game or
obvious
two.
a little bit, but you know. So you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard. Is that correct?
That's right. The door out into the yard was wide open.
Sorry, but that makes zero sense. Take a look at this diagram of the backstage area. There's a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness's testimony.
It's this dick.
And also obvious, so and you know Nayuta already knows. Okay, so I'm not normally attracted to clowns, but yo, gotcha man. You should go check out Double Maximus, do it. I just want to support my girl Sierra.
I'm attracted to clowns.
I wasn't until Sierra came into my life and showed me the way.
I'm attracted to clowns because I love horror. And horror likes to make clowns spooky, and I'm like, spooky is sexy.
Spooky is sexy.
So I'm like, clowns, yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you want me to point to specifically.
The thing is that I'm like, is this here a window or a door? Is this the door? You know what? I think it is, actually. I think this is a window. This implies that the door being wide open, you wouldn't see it. You know what I mean? Like, it would only... If it was wide open this way, you would only see into this yard area.
Oh, yeah.
And if
and
it
then
was
it'll-
open this way, it would
and-
be closing off the yard area altogether.
Then it'll prove that Black Will was standing over here.
Yeah.
Because he could see her and also the corner.
In the corner of the yard.
Yeah.
So this would be like a window and not a door.
Yeah.
I was confused because this here has like the door swinging,
That's what I was confused
Thing,
about too. That's why.
but
I
none of
pointed
the
it
other
out
doors
earlier.
here do.
That's what I was pointing it out earlier. I was like, oh, but you know what?
None of the other windows are depicted.
None of the other windows are depicted. I don't know if there are any other windows, but these are definitely doors
Yeah.
because of the way of the rectangle shape.
Yeah, they're like thick.
They're thick.
But still, they could have done that a little better. They could have at least done like the swinging, how the doors swing
Yeah.
open on the other doors too, to make it a little bit more clear. But let's do this.
I think you're right.
Geiru was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the door to the yard had been left open.
Oh, well, I see.
Yes, if the door to the yard was wide open, as Geiru said, it would have blocked her view, making it impossible for her to see the dressing room.
What? No way!
But even if there were admittedly a few moments Geiru was not keeping watch,
A few minutes is all it takes, my guy.
how much would that really affect this case?
A lot. It would greatly affect the case. From the spot Prosecutor Blackwell stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen.
Ah!
Double slam. Geiru, why did you try to hide the fact that you weren't watching the dressing room?
What?
Hide the fact?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm being a little bit...
Presumptuous?
Mm-hmm.
You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely a simple oversight. Right, witness?
Alright, he is right. We are jumping the gun a little.
Well, I was so shocked by what happened. I was just confused, that's all.
Even though she's trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer, the truth is that she's being torn apart by grief. For her mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected.
Okay, so you have somewhat of a point, but do not preach analytical psychology at me. I should be able to hear how she's feeling for myself because I've got special
Widget.
fucking hearing. Even without Widget there to analyze it. My whole,
I've been
the
sensitive
whole
ears.
backstory is based on it.
Yeah.
Yes, it must be very difficult indeed.
To a disciple, one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense.
I mean, you don't always have to love your parents. No, people aren't always that fortunate.
No.
How does he keep the scarf floating in the air? He has a fan under him at all times.
Oh, absolutely. His extra ass. The way this lawyer tries to pin the blame on this poor soul at the first opportunity. All I can say is, defense attorneys are heartless creatures indeed.
But that wasn't what I was trying to do.
Is it beyond your comprehension, defense? Your unskilled argument is scarring the witness even further. And if we ask the people of this courtroom, I'm sure they would agree.
What? The gallery doesn't get a say in this. There's no jury system.
Are you afraid to find out what they think ill of you? Or that perhaps that you are in the wrong? Listen to them now with the keen sense of hearing you're so proud of.
So we all agree that's a thing I have, right? Alright, listen, but I think that her outfit is actually kind of cool, even if she was being a little harsh on the witness just now. Thank you, random gallery member. No, I was just trying to find the truth. Why is the whole gallery siding with Prosecutor Samahi?
'Cause he's pretty.
Yeah, that's true. It's like Gotcha just says that checks out.
The people understand. They know what is right and what is wrong. No, they don't.
Yeah, they super don't.
She's not in training. She
Yeah.
passed the bar.
Do you not see the attorney's badge on the lapel? I hear the voices of the gallery. I can hear the voices of their hearts. It's so intense. I feel so alone up here fighting by myself. But I'm also really pissed off about it.
Are you afraid, child? It is ludicrous to come to trial with such paltry preparation of the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once. You can't command shit, Sadmahi. Fucking get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you don't get a say in this. But I can't give up. I have to. I have to keep pressing on.
That's right, Athena.
As long as there was a moment when nobody was watching the dressing room door, the defendant can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackwell and Guerrero's testimonies.
Even now, you would continue to resist. You are childish in defeat as well, I see.
No, I'm just stubborn. I'm not out for the count yet, Buster. I'm just getting started.
Despite your posturing, is it not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment? With but a little push, you would surely succumb to despair.
Okay, I used to do that, and I see somebody did their homework, but I'm not like that anymore.
God, Sarmahi, you're such a cunt.
I was about to compliment it because I was like, Athena used to actually just have a nervous breakdown when she was in court by herself, but she doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah. A little push, such as with this piece of conclusive evidence.
Conclusive evidence, huh?
That is correct. We found a critical piece of evidence at the scene of the crime. The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused, Bucky Wet.
I thought you were gonna say fingerprints, and I was gonna be like, oh no, not fingerprints!
Oh, please. A fucking message?
Oh, they're not Hanafuda, but I've never
Look at
heard of
these
them.
Japanese playing cards known as karuta lined up on the table. These special English version karuta cards spell out a message.
Ain't that just extra as fuck?
That message, wet number 4.
Wet number 4? You mean wet noodle number 4?
Yes, wet noodle number 4, as in the 4th head chef of the wet noodle soda
Sorry.
is known. This message points to none other than the accused Bucky Wet.
No! What the?
Oh, that makes perfect sense, right?
Wow, great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh no, this is really, really bad. What do I do?
Aw, man. Would you still carry on your futile fight in the face of this irrefutable evidence?
Oh man, I wanted to see if that was like a variation of Hanafuda cards, because that's what they look like.
Let me do a little mild Googling.
Ah, there's Karuta cards. Fuck, it automatically cut me off before I could read it.
It is cruel to give the accused false hope.
Ooh, this is actually really interesting. Now that I have Karuta pulled up because it was in the suggested. They're playing cards that were introduced to Japan by Portuguese traders during the mid-16th century.
Ooh, yes, I see that.
That's mega interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to know, because right off the bat they looked to me like Hanafuda, and I was like, maybe it's like a variant or similar in some way, but no, it's not. I don't think. But it is cool.
You will only compound his suffering. Wise people of the courtroom do not agree.
They don't get to agree. He's right. It's cruel to make him suffer when there's conclusive evidence.
When an incompetent you, I feel bad for the victim and the defendant. What? But I'm trying to prove Mr. Wet's innocence here.
I know you can hear them, defense. Their voices implore you to save the accused's soul.
But I don't believe in that sort of thing.
It's time for you to let go and move on. You inexperienced lawyer. You lack the confidence with which to accomplish anything meaningful here.
Okay, but I could pick you up and throw you. That is a thing I can do.
Absolutely.
It wouldn't help me in the lawyer department.
Is he right? Is this too much for me to handle on my own?
Oh snap! It's actually the reversed. The reverse. Karuta cards influence Hanafuda.
What? That's bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
That's so neat.
Yeah.
I like that. We learned something today. We're an educational stream.
Now, defense, leave everything to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Silence.
Thank you, Simon. I never thought I'd be so happy to hear silence. Hey, baby, what's up?
Aw. He's trying to use his keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate the trial, Athena.
I bet this makes you mad, because he's... That was...
What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man.
Because the research was your mentor, too. So I bet this kind of pisses you off, doesn't it? Oh, hi, Simon.
Oh my god, look at this angle!
I like you at this angle,
I
Simon.
do like you at this angle, Simon.
What's going on?
We really need to find you a boyfriend.
We do.
And you fob doodles in the gallery. Can't a man watch a trial in peace? This inexperienced amateur is about to turn the trial around. Her skirt is even cuter.
I know, right? I'm like, Cookie needs to see this chick immediately.
The mood in the courtroom is starting to change.
Oh, it's really good to hear this theme song again. Hey, Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you doing at the defense's bench? You can stay there, it's fine.
I grew bored of watching from the gallery. Oh!
It's nice because he doesn't have the shackles anymore.
Besides, if I were to leave this trial to this spring chick, lose my favorite soba shop in the process, I would be quite cross. Your voluntary stand on the side of impurity and sin? Truly, what a fool you are.
Oh, Simon.
To think you were so easily manipulated by his parlor tricks. Whatever happened to qualified and capable Athena?
Okay, but everyone was ganging up on me. It's fucking rude.
I just let my guard down a little bit, but it won't happen again. I just needed you to believe in me, Simon, that's all.
Then grind up your loins and steel yourself for battle.
What? What? Do what to my loins?
Gird.
I'm not girding up anything in this skirt. Or grinding up anything, for that matter. But I am ready to get serious.
It's time to pop that pussy. It seems there is now yet another soul I must cast into hell. I was in prison for a long time. And hell sounds no worse than a cell, to be honest. But the fires of hell will not be the end of your suffering. For the sin you have just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda in your next life.
Hell yeah. Pandas know what's up. Pandas know how to live, man.
A white and black reverse panda.
So?
Are you calling me a fucking tanuki?
I mean, so what?
Tanukis that are adorable.
It's not like pandas would care anyway. They're not racist.
And you shall be put in a zoo to be exposed to public ridicule.
Alright, that part kind of sucks, actually.
A threat like that won't work on Prosecutor Blackwell.
It's gonna work.
After all, he's already used to looking like a panda in this life.
Who are you calling a panda? I'm definitely a tanuki.
Sorry. You do look a little bit like a panda, though. You remind me of the panda in those Chinese cheese commercials. Do you remember those?
Yes.
The fucking panda cheese. I love those commercials. If
Fucking-
you've never seen those, please go look them up. Those videos are a billion years old, but they're really good.
Throws a fucking PC on the ground.
Yes. Or I like the kitchen one where he was like helping a chef, and the chef refused to use panda cheese. And so the panda comes in and just like where he had like flour out on the board to like make something, and he just fucking slams his hands down into the flour and gets it everywhere, and then just starts like throwing all of his pots and pans all over the place. So good. Oh yeah, the shopping cart one too.
I see that you are both prepared to face the fires of damnation.
Sounds nice, actually.
I'm down. Kyaru, thank you for your service. You may now step down.
Okie dokie. Bye bye, Balloon. Bye bye, baby balloon.
I couldn't hold it in.
Does everything have to be about balloons with her?
Yeah, maybe don't judge, Athena. Now then. I have a witness prepared to testify about the, Karuta cards.
And who is the witness this time?
The first to discover the body and someone who witnessed the crime scene firsthand.
All right, let us see him.
Oh shit! The time has come for that ponytailed pair over there to finally let it all go and move on.
Very well. Let's bring in the witness then.
This motherfucker right here. Oh shit.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
I am the Rakugo storyteller, Lindo Tornado. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I will certainly watch my words. I wouldn't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested.
Like, I murdered him. Oh, damn it, see?
After all, that'd be Raku no.
Kill him. He's. I don't. Get out of here.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
You can't leave yet. You've only just introduced yourself.
Oh my.
Oh, I like the fans that in his hair pop out.
Are you a fan of mine, miss?
What?
Would you like my autograph? One moment. Oh, he's such a bitch.
Ow! What do you think you're doing?
No need to stand on ceremony. My fan deserves a fan after all.
I bet Daniel fucking hated this guy.
A fan for a fan. Nice one. Why, if it isn't Simon? How are you on this fine day, sir? Quite a dilly of a pickle we find ourselves in, wouldn't you say? I don't believe I've ever seen you talk quite so much, Uendo. Never performed in a place like this, you know. I got butterflies here, can't you see?
I did a bunch of cocaine before I came over. Why do I always get the weird ones?
Say that to Phoenix.
Yeah, it's like, it's just a thing with the right anything agency.
Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we had better return to the case at hand.
I suppose you're right. In that case.
Oh my fucking god.
I was promoted to Futasumi yesterday and received the stage name of Uendo.
Fuda, what now? Wait, sorry.
The show was our way of celebrating my new name in the middle rank standing. And that happened. I never dreamed something like that happened, not in a million years. Just as I got my chance to start repaying my debt to Shisho, too. Yeah, plus I'm worried about Gyeru. The way she clung to Shisho. Poor thing. I told her to keep a stiff upper lip. Stiff like a rigor mortis.
That one was tasteless.
Keep telling those lame jokes and Shisho will come and get you from the grave. I wouldn't mind getting yelled at, you know, if it meant seeing him again.
Uendo, please. As charming as your various characters are, this isn't a Rakugo stage.
Let us hear your testimony now, witness.
He was Gyeru. I think so.
Tell the court about how the evidence left at the scene, the proof of the accused's guilt. I actually kind of love this dude.
I love him too. And I have a feeling that he, first of all, has no motive to kill his master.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when he was on the cusp of succeeding him. And, like, a great honor and whatnot. He seems to take his role very seriously as a performer.
Mm-hmm.
And he got them arched eyebrows like he's supposed to look real evil. But to me, it seems like he really does care about his master from the first impression. So I think it was actually Gyaru.
I noticed Shishido's dying message right away. The stiff cars are right next to the stiff, you see.
Also real tasteless.
Hey now, enough with the silly puns already. Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the Master's final message. Left as he was drowning in soba broth. It's so like Shisho to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style.
I love that so much. She's so extra.
I
Like, even more
know.
extra than normal.
I know. I love it. I love the sassy pretending to smoke the fan.
Yes!
Like an opium fucking pipe.
Yes!
Well, that was certainly a more entertaining testimony than usual.
Thank you.
The variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid. Puns were a little tasteless, but other than that...
But he shouldn't be performing any characters in the first place, Your Honor.
But I'm adorable.
You are, but... The murder weapon hasn't even been determined yet. So how can you say that the victim drowned in soba broth?
It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the crime scene.
I mean, you're right. But then again...
He was found with his face shoved in a bowl. It's only natural to assume that he was drowned in the broth from the noodles.
Except we're not here to assume things, Uendo, so please stick to just the facts.
My, it's so like a soba chef to kill someone this way, wouldn't you say? And with the Karuna message he left behind, it's clearly Bucky Wet who did it.
But if he was drowning, how would he be able to see? I don't... He wouldn't have been able to arrange the cards in that way while he was drowning.
Yeah.
It's not like when you're stabbed and you're bleeding out and you have a few minutes to, like, frantically,
Right,
like,
the
adrenaline
blood.
cling to life. And, yeah, if you're drowning, you're actively trying to breathe, and if your face is down in a bowl, you can't see what you're doing. How would you...
Setting aside the issue of the murder weapon for now, that dying message certainly does seem to be irrefutable evidence if you can't put together common threads of logic.
Indeed, it proves the absolute guilt of the accused.
In some realm of possibility. This wetness is actually such a turn-on. I really like all the characters. He's really... It seems also like it could be a really good coping mechanism.
He's really adorable. I hope he's not the bad guy.
Me too.
He's really cute. I like him.
Gyaru was dismissed really quickly too. I've just got some feelings.
Yeah,
Something
no,
feels off.
I'm fishy of Gyaru. If anything, if Gyaru didn't outright do it, I think that she's in cahoots with Uendo. But I hope Uendo's innocent. 'Cause
Or
he's
what if
real cute.
Bucky actually did have a hand in it, and it's one of those situations?
One of the rare situations where we actually, like, we still trust the defendant because they're not, like, technically, they didn't technically do it, but they're lying still.
Yeah.
Like a fucking mask-to-mask situation.
Yeah. Or a character from Justice for All that you don't know.
No.
Because we still have to play that one.
Right.
Even I've got to admit that I can't see how that message could mean anything else.
Bucky used the soba for the deed. All to get back at the soda all to get back the soda shop, Dean. How many bags of sand do you need to sit on?
As many as that are required. I like to think that the bailiff has to bring in all of those in. So Meekins is just like dragging them all in.
Oh. I also have a headcanon that this window is very small.
Yes, he seems like a smole.
This testimony makes Mr. Wet look super guilty. I have to do something.
That's his conclusive evidence. What a farce.
What do you mean, Simon?
What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help.
Well, I wasn't planning on it. I did and I won't, thank you very much. Simon must have found an inconsistency in the testimony. I better listen carefully and try and see what he found. Also, he was there, so, you know...
Like, I'm mad at how people are treating Athena in this case, but Athena's also reacting in a way that's not helping.
Yeah.
Okay, I will come back to it.
The cards are on the table your master's body was... The cards were on the table your master's body was slumped over, right? You must have been surprisingly calm to notice them at the time.
As I said, the stiff cards were right next to the stiff, so they were hard to miss.
But wouldn't it have been more natural to notice the victim rather than the cards?
The message just caught my eye because the stiff cards were right next to the stiff. You get it? I'm making a joke here, a pun, if you will.
If I say it like a bunch of times, then maybe I'll get a reaction out of you. Like, maybe you just didn't get it the first 2 times or something.
Yes, but that fact hardly seems significant enough to make a person take note of them.
Stiff cards next to the stiff.
Okay, now I'm wondering if you're trying to make an innuendo. Like, what's happening?
So basically, there was no real reason for them to catch your eye, was there? I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't get your joke.
Oh, whoop.
That's right, I need you to give your testimony, not perform a scene. Please remember you're on the witness stand, not the stage.
But look at all these wonderful people in the audience. It's only natural for an entertainer to want them to have some fun. I guess we can let a few jokes slide, right?
The inevitable bleeding of your work into other areas of your life. I know how that is. I find myself being unwittingly judgmental in my personal life, too.
Jesus fucking Christ, Judge.
Oh my god. I knew he was gonna say it too.
Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Well done, Your Honor. Guess you can't judge a judge by his cover.
Ho ho ho! I advise the defense not to be so critical of the witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Much obliged.
The cards do spell out wet number 4, but could be interpreted as wet noodle number 4, I guess? I suppose you took this to mean Bucky Wet, but what if it meant something else entirely?
There's only one wet noodle around here, and you've seen that giant 4 on his back. It's the only interpretation that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. But wait a minute.
What is it?
What if there's another wet noodle in the area? What? I mean, there was that guy on Gourd Lake. Listen, did I say something strange?
Bucky is the sole heir to the shop.
But what happened to Keith and Meg?
So enough with the ludicrous straw grasping.
But it's not. How was I supposed to know?
Just listen to the testimony again and find the glaring inconsistency.
I'll show you a glare. I think it's gonna be this one, but I'll press it first. So the victim lined up those cards in his final moments. How can you be so certain that's how it went down?
He knows Shisha. He would never let someone get the last word on him, even in death. With his face in the sober broth and his consciousness fading away. He left a message that pointed towards Bucky as he left this world. It's the only way it could have happened.
Wait, the only way? Now you're just speculating.
Look, a dying message is something you leave as you're dying, right? I saw a scene like that on a detective show.
It's not how it works.
Linda, we have a saying in my country. Silence is more precious than diamonds.
Wow, you should take that to heart, Nayuta.
Please do not speak any more than is necessary. Talking is my livelihood, you know. I talk all the time. This and that, truths and untruths. I can't stop myself from talking.
Hopefully he'll stick to the truths without any of the untruths. Or maybe this one too. I feel like the cards could be interpreted in a different way, maybe. Don't you think it's strange? Could a dying person really leave such a convoluted message?
Even in the Thrones of Death, it was Shisho's nature to throw a twist in somehow.
Isn't that you just idol worshipping?
Maybe. Truly the consummate entertainer to the very end, don't you think?
Yeah. Was he really that great of a man, Simon?
Would be no easy task, to be sure. Who knows? He wasn't an entertainer for 55 years for nothing. If I ever bit the big one like that, I want to leave a message as good as she shows.
Well, let's hope it never comes to that. Simon, are all Rakugo artists like this?
It's hard to say. Could simply be the eccentricity of an entertainer, or perhaps he's hiding something.
Or maybe he's coping. Well, he doesn't have to entertain people in a court of law. And if he is trying to hide something, maybe it'll show up as a contradiction or something. So.
Did you press the first one? No. Go press the first one.
Oh. Oh, there we go. Wenda, when you saw the cards on the table, what made you think they were Master Tornado's dying message?
Well, it was a code message right there next to the body. I'm sure anybody would have thought of that if they... I'm sure anybody would have thought they were there to name his killer. I love murder mysteries, and often watch them on TV.
Okay, but... Oh, I see.
I saw a similar scene during a murder mystery marathon last Tuesday. That's what made me think that this must be a dying message. God, I love his sexy woman pose.
Me too. And
It's my favorite.
I love that he does. You can tell he does a voice for it because the noise that the text scrolling makes goes up an octave.
Yep.
It's like, and then he goes to the woman one, and it's like,
She's hot.
is it the second to last or the last? I think it's. I'm not positive, but I think it wants me to start with the fact that there's broth all over the cards first. Like if the game is trying to imply that he made the message first and then his head was put into the bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because they was saying that as he was drowning, and his face was in the bowl, he arranged the cards. But the cards have the liquid all over them specifically, and only around where the cards are. So I'm like, is that what the game wants me to do starting, or... Oh, hey.
Oh my god, I have to pee.
Go pee! I think that's where I'm gonna start.
Okay. We don't have long.
Right. Yeah, that's the handy thing about BlueStacks is that there's always a clock in the upper left corner.
Oh, that's right. I didn't realize that.
You can always tell what time it is. Yes, this fan to her lips thinking pose and the fan pointing at the camera glare pose are my favorite. Yes! I like the pretending to smoke too. It's hot. It's real hot. I'm gonna save, but I think it's this one. But yeah, that does everything for me. This pose right here. It just does it. Alright, let's try. Nope, it did fuck it up. Sure, it certainly did. Fuck. Man, Simon is so angry. Simon, stop being mad at me. Maybe it's the autopsy report too, because there was nothing found in his lungs. I just don't know that Ace Attorney would go that route. Objection! Maybe they do. There's a contradiction in Innuendo's testimony.
And would you care to explain where, Miss Sykes?
Certainly, Your Honor. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs.
Oh, yes, it does say that, doesn't it?
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. If he had drowned in a bowl of soba, then there should have been soba broth in his lungs. I'm so glad that Ace Attorney did that. Because that's what I was thinking, and then I was like, they wouldn't get that technical about it, would they? We were right.
What?
About him inhaling stuff. If he drowned in the soba noodles, he would have it in his lungs.
Yeah.
But I was like, Ace Attorney wouldn't do that.
Get that technical.
No, they did. They super did. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than soba broth.
Oh.
What?
This is the contradiction you noticed, isn't it, Simon?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I'll take that as a compliment. I'll take that all day and night.
Guess I showed you.
But if drowning in the sober broth wasn't the cause of death, then what was the victim's face thrust into the bowl? Or when was it, rather?
Taifu Tornado's face was thrust into the bowl. After the... Yeah, I guess.
That's my guess.
Because no soba broth was discovered in the victim's lungs, his head must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. And that's when the soba broth must have spilled out onto the Karuta cards. It certainly does. I wonder if that's important and it is actually blood. That would be real dumb, though, if the autopsy report missed something that, like, some kind of wound. That'd be real stupid. In other words, the victim could not have lined the cards up as he was drowning.
I see. So it was done after he was already dead. But why would the culprit do such a thing?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Objection.
You boast of psychological expertise, yet you cannot determine such a simple motive. My sides are liable to split at the absurdity.
What? And I suppose you know why?
Of course. Desecrating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity on the part of the perpetrator.
Yes, that does make sense. It certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings towards the victim.
Feelings of resentment over the theft of the soba shop's deed, no doubt.
How much you want to bet he didn't even actually steal the deed? It's just planted there. Just great. Now the judge has an even more unfavorable impression of Bucky.
Silence.
Must you come undone at every junction?
I was just thinking to
Every
myself.
If the culprit had enough time to set up Master Tornado's body, do you think they would have honestly failed to notice the dying message?
Good point. The cards were right in front of his body after all. Rationally speaking, there's no way the culprit could have missed that, huh?
Objection.
But was the accused rational at the time, given the way he stormed out of that room?
Silence.
That's not...
Never mind that. I have something more important to ask to Uendo. Me? You saw the Karuta cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those tiny crime scene photos show us precious little of what I wish to know. Well, those cards are from Shisho's special soba scenes of Tokyo Past set. Each card is related in some way to soba. Spare me the history lesson. Just tell me how the cards looked at the scene and no more. Oh, well, there was soba broth spilled all over them.
Not that much help, I'm afraid. Prosecutor Sadmari, do you have a photo that shows the cards more clearly?
I do. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor.
I like the, well, I was gonna say I love nostalgic, but I think I like wavy, actually, the most so far. Yeah. She looked like, you just caught her in the act. She was, like, they weren't her soba noodles, and she was like, oh, shit, well,
Oh my, what delightful looking cards!
Well, well. Carrying Prosecutor Sadmont's conclusive evidence. A part should be impressed with this.
I love you, Simon.
You too. Don't tell me you haven't noticed.
Oh, I noticed actually from the zoomed out photo.
Yeah. That some of them are more...
No, the pattern's inconsistent. Some of them are splotchy on the where they shouldn't be versus the table, and some of them are clean where they should be covered in liquid.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying that, like, these...
Like these in the right spot.
Yeah, those are definitely covered in liquid, but then there's wavy, which was just, like, placed on top of there.
I think we just need to move them around.
Yeah.
I think W goes where H is. H goes in the bottom right corner. Yeah, we'll have to see.
Don't be silly, of course I know. I noticed forever. I noticed like when I first saw the picture that it was weird splotchy pattern. Anyone with eyes can see it.
Miss Sykes, do you really see a problem with the prosecution's claim about these cards?
Yeah?
Yeah, dude.
Well, go on then.
All right. It's do or die. All I have to do is study the picture and...
These cards were rearranged. And then when, if it lets me arrange them, that would be a good, moment to be like, ooh, saving.
Yeah.
These cards were rearranged.
I'm an idiot, how can you tell?
Fucking the splotches, my dude.
Please take a good look at these cards, Your Honor. The answer's right in front of us.
The soba broth stains.
Please focus your attention on the soba broth stains on these cards. The outline of these stains don't match up with the larger stain on the table.
Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right.
Oh my god.
I really need to go to Eye Masters. When I get out of here today. And
Please recall that the soba broth was spilled and got on the cards after the murder. And the victim's face was planted in the bowl.
yes, go on.
By the stains, we can see that the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered in order to pin the crime on my client.
Yeah.
What? Then, if we put the cards back in their original positions...
We can restore the evidence and see who the cards were really pointing towards. Wait, when did I read that?
I don't know, but I was like, well, you committed.
I did. I did commit.
That's true.
Because you're usually the defense.
That's true.
Almost always, actually.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's do it. All I have to do is rearrange the cards so the stains match up. It's a puzzle. Where was the W card originally? I love puzzles. It was here. Perfect. Okay. The H card is next. Goes down here. This one specifically.
Yeah.
Yes. Now the E card. This is kind of fun.
E card has been.
I keep
Outside
wanting to
the
grab the
W.
card and then move it over manually instead of just selecting it.
Perfect match. Next up is the T card.
One of them is not going to match up at all. There's going to be a card that doesn't fit, and we'll be like, but what was the card that went here? We'll have to go find it.
Let's see. Where was the T card originally?
Right there.
Here.
Yeah.
Great. That fits right in there. And now the N card. Let's see. That one was up here. There. That looks good. now O.
O's first.
That one is up here.
Owen? Owen?
Owen fourth?
Nice. Almost done now. Last card is 4. Owen fourth. Owen Williams. All right. So the message wet number 4 was originally supposed to say Owen fourth. And this original message is our clue to the identity of the true culprit.
Is it?
I think. Probably. Is anybody? Do we have an Owen in the house?
That indignant look on the prosecutor's sad monk's face is positively priceless.
I know, right? I'm living for your, like,
Calling him
petty
sad monk.
hatred. Yeah. Like, we're channeling ourselves through you in this case, Simon Blackwell.
This is absurd.
So it was originally Owen the fourth? Maybe the lawyer's smarter than we thought.
We're incredibly impressionable. Order! Order in the court!
Well, I never would have imagined there was more to these cards than meets the eye. Wow. So, now that that's settled, what does this Owen fourth mean?
Wait, am I...
Who else do you suppose is supposed to provide an explanation? Of course it's you.
Well, but I hadn't thought that far yet. How am I supposed to know?
Change the cards around all you like, but if you cannot explain what the message means, then it's as worthless as you are, defense.
It's not, though. It's not, though! It's worth something, I just don't know what it is yet.
Yet, instead of the spring chick that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought back down to earth.
I have to do something. But what?
Still your thoughts for a second. There's a perfectly good witness to question over there.
Oh, right, that's a good idea. Come on, Athena, get a hold of yourself.
Yeah.
Wendo, does the phrase Owen fourth mean anything to you? Unload that.
No, there's no one named Owen in the Tornado family. Or a circle of friends.
Okay, but what about O, like owing? Like you owe somebody something. And then N like in. O in fourth. I don't know. I'm just grasping.
Go ahead, ask anybody you'd like.
You can't be serious.
Having rummaged through your empty mind, I see you have, as expected, turned up nothing.
Silence.
Eat a dick.
I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil this Owen fourth is either. But the fact remains that the cards were rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Wet. That in itself proves that the defendant is not the real culprit.
Double slam.
Prosecutor Blackwell is right. Besides, the important question here is not who does the message point to, but rather, who rearranged the cards?
And you point that earlier if you already knew.
Sorry. In any case, there were 2 opportunities for somebody to rearrange the cards. First was when Mr. Wet entered the dressing room. And the second was when Uendo discovered the body.
Are you accusing me of arranging the cards? Me, who came to testify out to the goodness of my heart.
I mean, you were there.
Well, you didn't exactly come running out and screaming straight away, now did you?
I mean,
Even a mere 2 to 3 minutes is more than enough time to get up some delivery.
To get up to some DiGiorno.
So what exactly were you doing in there, Linda?
delicious.
Put down the tea and spit out your answer. Mr. Prosecutor. What's a guy supposed to do at a time like this?
Tell him the truth!
Silence is more precious than diamonds, witness. Therefore, you'll need to stay silent. The defense is devious. They are waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue. Oh, I see. That's what they're after. What they're after, is it? In that case. Your Honor, I've decided not to say another word. Very good. After all, your right to remain silent is protected.
Okay, but doesn't that mean you can't be pulled back up again? If you choose the right, if you invoke the right to remain silent, doesn't that mean that you can't testify again?
I don't know.
I feel like that was a thing. Fuck, okay. I was waiting for him to do another testimony so that I could save it. But I guess this is as good as time as any other.
Yeah.
I was just trying to find a good point.
Yeah.
We were definitely in like a rolling area. I was like, there's an ebb and flow to the cases, and I was just like, it's gonna testify again. But it's a little over, and you're sleepy peepee.
Yeah, I'm starting to get it that way.
So I'm gonna save it there. And we didn't get to do Wind Wakers. Well, we started kind of late, but we will pick it back up on Friday. Today's Wednesday,
Yeah.
so Friday.
Mm-hmm.
No, well maybe. Don't know.
Maybe. Friday's a little up in the air right now. Hopefully Friday. If not, definitely set.
For sure Saturday. Just keep an eye on Twitter and stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, thanks for chilling.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Good night, everybody.
See you next time.